In this Logmaster short, we're going to be talking about some tips and tricks with your Logmaster Australia EWD. At the top of the screen here, you'll see that there's a tamper detection shown. There are three types of tamper detection shown on Android, two on Apple. Now, for the first tamper detection, what you actually see here is a mock location / developer mode activated. You can also get a GPS tamper and a time tamper. Now, these tampers are against the law in the HVNL, which can incur a $10,000 fine if found guilty of tampering with your EWD. Now, for this specific tamper, there is two things that could be happening. I have a GPS spoofing device because I want to make myself somewhere else like France. I haven't been able to go there in a while at all. And then you've also got developer mode on, which developer mode has some legitimate reasons for being turned on, but because of the fact of tampered systems, you can't actually have it installed. So make sure you uninstall all mock location applications from your device, otherwise we will detect them and flag this warning, and go into your settings and make sure that your developer options here are disabled. Once they are disabled, you can go back to your application, close out, and the message will be gone. Likewise with location, make sure your location is always turned on. Otherwise you will throw a location GPS tamper, as we cannot get your latitude and longitude. And also with your time. So this is what a lot of drivers get tripped up on, which is time. So if you go to settings, hit search, date and time, make sure that your date and time is set to automatic date and time and automatic time zone. The application will automatically create events based on your home-based time zone. So if you're driving from Victoria into South Australia or from Victoria and New South Wales into Queensland during daylight savings, the application will handle that automatically. So you don't need to change your time settings. If you change these, they will be flagged as tampered and they will show up on the compliance page for the authorized officer to view. Now, for other tips and tricks, what we have on our screen as well is our dashboard. If we go to our compliance report here, we clear out the date, we go to today, and we hit search, it'll actually load up your compliance report. Now, you can actually go over here and click on email. You can put in the email address of who you want to send your compliance report to, and select a date range. So if you wanted to select a couple of months, click here, all the way back to front. That's a bit far. All the way to now, you can actually send your reports directly from the portal. So that is a tip for any of the drivers working for a business that isn't signed up to the system but is using an EWD. Back on the mobile, we actually have in the menu, right down the bottom here, we have the settings option. Now in the settings, if you select settings, you can change your theme. Now you've got two themes, you've got Logmaster and dark. So if you are getting blinded at night, make sure you go into dark mode. It'll solve a lot of problems for you. And you can actually go back into here, back into theme, go back to Logmaster if you like your nice white theme like I do. Now in those settings as well, you've got default settings. So if you want to change away from always suburb only, which you can also do in the flow, that is also acceptable. And in the future, there'll be more default settings in this section. Now back onto the system, we have our support section. So you can call up support or send us an issue. We also have the ability to add forms in here, and you have your statistics. Now on your statistics page, it will show up all your required REST events. Across the top, you'll have your different counting points of what REST you require. I've been in REST for a while, so there's none in there. I have a 24-hour one, I have a 7-day, 14-day, and data grid. So that is a handy way of getting a little bit more information than what we put on the main screen. On the dashboard of the statistics, it'll actually show you our next 3 rest breaks up. And because I've covered my entire start of the day, I don't have any other rests that are required to do. And that's the end of tips and tricks.